Hello, everybody. How are you? Folks, we're continuing our city spotlight on Louisville, and what we're trying to do is steer you clear of bad businesses, bad services in town. And along those lines, this is going to be the five worst bowling alleys in Louisville. And it starts out, guys, with Grammatical Bowling Alley right there on the near west side. And as you enter, you're going to see all kinds of letters, words, all kind of text on the walls. They have text on the bowling shoes, and even their bowling balls have words printed on them. It's kind of cool, but the problem with this bowling approach is that they were going to test you after each frame to see if you know the words that were on the bowling ball. And if you don't pass, guys, they deduct 20 points from your score. Now, here's the thing. If you're a good bowler, maybe you can afford that. Unfortunately, I have no idea how they spin those balls and get that ball to come in at the right angle for a strike. I just have this straight line action style, and it's not very effective because I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm having fun. So I cannot afford to have 20 points deducted. Guys, I'm going to say avoid a grammatical bowling alley right there in Louisville. Now, number two on our list of the worst bowling alleys in town is the Wool Gathering. Wool Gathering Bowling Alley on the far north side. You have to bring in a lamb's worth of wool to get in the door. Now, why? Well, it's because it's an old line bowling alley. They take that wool and they put it at the end of the alley so that the ball falls onto a soft surface. At which point, a high school kid picks up the ball and rolls it back underneath, and it comes up to you so you can roll again. Guys, I think it's time for them to modernize. I don't know any sheep. Okay, I don't know how to get wool. I don't want to buy wool just to go bowling. It's too much, too complicated. I'm out. Now, number three is Grumble. Grumble Bowling Alley is really hard to tell from a regular bowling alley because everybody in the place grumbles. They're not happy to be there. And this is often the case, even in good bowling alleys, because sometimes they're not getting paid enough, and they should be. So if you own a bowling alley, make sure you're paying your people good. But Grumble takes it to a new level because the way they bring the ball back, it doesn't come up like it would normally in a normal bowling alley. They walk it back. A guy walks the ball back to you, grumbling the whole way that he has to do it. Now, first of all, it's slow. It took us 17 hours to play 3 games, after which we had probably 6,000 beers because there wasn't anything else to do, and we had to sleep in the room where they keep the extra bowling balls because we couldn't drive home. So guys, it's too much. It's too old school. I'm going to say avoid that one. Now, number 4, on the other hand, is Over Enthusiastic Bowling Alley, right there on the far south side of Louisville. Over enthusiastic, guys. If you need an uplift or if you have an outing and you're all hyped up, maybe it's a work group, maybe it's a family outing after Thanksgiving dinner or something, you want to go roll a few frames, this might be the place for you. But keep in mind, they are over enthusiastic. And let me give you an idea. I don't know if you've ever been to one of these restaurants where if you tell them, oh, your friend is having a birthday, they come out singing happy, happy, happy birthday, clapping and stuff. Guys at Over Enthusiastic Bowling Alley, they do that after every strike. Every strike you make. And I'm related to some pretty good bowlers, guys. It's going to happen. They congregate seemingly out of nowhere. Happy, happy, strike, strike, strike. And they sing this whole song. Of course, I'm a terrible singer. I can't do it. And they clap and they stomp their feet. They're all wearing bowling shoes. And some of them have been known to hug the person that got the strike. And sometimes maybe your families aren't huggers. It's too much physical contact. So at least it's not for me. Maybe it's for you. maybe you get excited about all that kind of craziness, but I'm going to say I'm out. And then, of course, our fifth and final of the five worst bowling alleys in Louisville is Appetizer Bowling Alley. Now, Appetizer Bowling Alley actually has a pretty good concept, I think, or at least it started out that way, because they would give you free appetizers right there where you're bowling. You didn't have to ask, they would just provide them. They just set them down, guys. I mean, that's what you want, right? But the problem with that is they would then take any of the leftovers, they would glue them to your bowling ball. Now, guys, I don't know if you've ever rolled a bowling ball that's covered with pepperonis that fell off of a pepperoni slice, or that has little weenies attached to it, those little hot dogs. Well, guys, it's not going to roll good. In fact, it's going to bounce around like the whole lane is full of potholes. But there's nothing wrong with the lane. And guys, my score went from I almost had my first 300 game. It went to 157 because of the weenie dogs glued to my ball. Guys, I don't know why they do this, honestly, but I just don't have the patience to figure it out. So I'm going to say no to those guys as well. Now listen, these are just my five worst bowling alleys in Louisville, Kentucky. Maybe you have a bad one you want to share with the community. Leave a comment, or vice versa. Maybe you know a really good one that we should all go to and try out. And if you leave a comment with that, you're helping the whole community and building us up together. I'll talk to you soon.